Bali tourism workers' wages low. Nyoman Parta warns of impact and future risk. And Bali Ngurah Airport Autogate inaugurated. Silmy, immigration check 25 seconds per person. Wow, that's amazing. Stay tuned for details on these and other stories. Selamat siang. Welcome to the latest news from Bali in Indonesia. This is October 5th and 6th, 2024, and my name is Bruce. Okay, lots of stuff to do today, as usual, and let's get started. What about Bali tourism workers' wages? Wow, this is an issue. I have several children working in the tourist industry, and their wages are low. Bali tourism workers' wages low. Nyoman Parta warns of impacts and future risk. The substandard wage conditions for tourism workers in Bali have become the focus of attention of the member of the Indonesian House of Representatives for Bali Electoral District, Pak Nyoman Parta. According to him, the wages of workers in Bali are low. Many tourism workers in Bali have also been daily workers for years. It means they're not put on permanent basis. Based on this fact, in the future, it is expected that there should be a program of improvement both by regional head candidates and members of the Regency DPRD and Bali Provincial DPRD for the protection of workers in Bali. Yes, because if the issue of wage adequacy is ignored, the real impact will be increasingly felt and have bad consequences, spreading to multidimensional social and cultural problems. If this is allowed, a large number of teenagers working abroad for the sake of a large salary will also have a negative impact on the minimal number of residents who will be involved in events at the customary level. Interesting, such as the lack of gong groups and other groups. Yes, always bring in culture. And health issues are also a concern, starting from the high number of mothers suffering from cervical cancer, drug abuse, to the large number of people indicated as stressed due to various social and family problems. A solution is needed from all parties, the government's people's representatives, and the general public to work together to overcome these complex problems, he said. Good to hear. I would love to see the wages go up for tourism workers. And what else do we have as a lead story? Bali Ngurah Airport Autogate inaugurated. Silmy, immigration check, 25 seconds per person. I remembered waiting hours to do this. The Director General of Immigration inaugurated the operation of 90 autogates at the International Arrival and Departure Terminal at the airport. The inauguration was carried out on Tuesday. A total of 60 units at the arrival terminal and 30 units at the departure terminal. These 90 autogates are in addition to 30 autogates that were previously operated last February. As one of the main gateways for Indonesian tourism, the average international arrivals at Ngurah Airport reached 18 to 21,000 per day. With the Autogate facility, the immigration inspection process only takes 15 to 25 seconds per person, he said. This is certainly a good breakthrough to smooth the flow of immigration inspections to be more effective and efficient. Autogate can be used by both Indonesian citizens and foreign citizens holding electronic visas or e-visas. Immigration checks using Autogate combine facial recognition technology and border control management. The implementation of Autogate supports an integrated and seamless immigration service ecosystem for foreign nationals, starting from the online visa application process to a more convenient immigration inspection flow. Pak Silmy added that number of Autogate users continues to increase every month. Moreover, the Autogate can be used by children aged 6 years. When the Autogate was first operated at the arrivals terminal in February, the percentage of foreign national Autogate users was 17% and Indonesian citizens 49%. The percentage has increased every month up until now, up until September, just passed. And foreign Autogate users are now up to 67% of the total, and Indonesian citizens 62% of the total Indonesian citizens coming through. The 5 countries with the most Autogate passers at the arrival terminal: Australia, China, England, France, and South Korea. Pak Silmy said, it should be noted that improving immigration services through Autogate does not mean security aspects are set aside. Autogate passerbys are also checked whether they are on the blacklist or Interpol red notice. If they're on the list, it is automatically red. They cannot pass, he said. As of September 27th, 2024, just a few days ago, Total of 4,722,771 foreign nationals recorded as having come through the airport. 5 countries with the largest number of arrivals: Australia, India, China, England, and South Korea. This is good progress, he said, and I hope that the implementation of immigration duties and functions will be even better in the future, not only in Bali, but also in all immigration technical implementation units, both at home and abroad. Wow. So, good news there if you're coming in or leaving Autogate. And here we've got some foreigners, some boys behaving badly, doing some nookie on the beach in Lombok, apparently. Police struggle to investigate foreigners having sex on Mandalika Beach. Central Lombok police are still investigating the alleged case of 2 foreigners having sex on Kuta Mandalika Beach. The police are having difficulty investigating the case because the 2 foreigners who played in the viral video are difficult to identify. Head of Public Relations for Central Lombok Police said that officers had visited the location where the 2 foreign tourists committed the indecent acts. Regarding the post by one of the residents who videotaped the couple, why were they doing that? Who are suspected to be foreign nationals, are members from the police team checked the location of the incident. However, up until now, investigators have had difficulty finding the account owner who first spread the video. The police also have difficulty identifying the 2 perverted foreigners in the video. We are also still looking for information on the account owner so that we can find out or recognize the face of the foreigner to be the basis for us to find out where he lives, and so on. We don't know who uploaded the video yet, whether it was a local person or someone from outside the region, or even a foreigner. This is still being investigated by our friend from the Tipter unit. The Central Lombok police are paying close attention to the incident. According to a spokesperson, the act is very contrary to the norms believed by the people of Lombok. If that really happens, it will really tarnish the good name of our region. It goes against our culture and religion here. Yeah, most places you don't want people bonking on the beach. I guess that could be a drink, right? Bonking on the beach. People from Bali.com apparently saw the circulating video. The 2 foreigners were naked, having sex on the edge of the beach. There was no one else on the beach. The atmosphere at the end of the beach was very quiet. The narrative circulating said that the perverted couple were foreign tourists. The perverted video went viral after being uploaded and shared in succession by a number of social media accounts. People love sharing this stuff. There is no information on when the video was recorded and the exact location. Residents believe the location is Kuta Mandalika Beach in Lombok because of its unique topography. The video also shows the Mandalika circuit in the distance. We are currently investigating and checking the truth of the vehicle, whether the incident really happened at Kuta Mandalika Beach. There are people who informed us through social media, and we are currently investigating the truth of the video. So, keep the horizontal mambo in your villa or your room or your house, as I prefer to call them, and not out on the beach. Not a good idea. Maybe it seems romantic, but wow, these days, you know somebody's going to be videoing you. Okay, and well, these 2 people, if they're caught, they're going to be deported right away if they are, in fact, foreigners. And here's a story that goes back a few months. Remember the drug lab? They were growing marijuana and making meth there. Well, Ukrainian twins who own secret drug lab in Bali face death penalty. The twins underwent their first trial for a drug case at the Denpasar District Court. The twin duo from Ukraine, owners of a clandestine drug laboratory in Sunny Villa in North Kuta, are facing the death penalty. In the indictment, there's Article 114, Paragraph 2, in conjunction with Article 132, Paragraph 1, of the Indonesian Law 35-2009 concerning narcotics. The penalty is death, said the public prosecutor. In the indictment, read by the prosecutor during the trial, the case began when the twins were invited to Bali by someone with the initials RN. RN is now a fugitive. He invited the twins to come to Bali to set up a factory and produce marijuana and mephedrone. The duo were promised a wage of $10,000 per kilo of mephedrone and $3,000 per kilo of marijuana. The twins agreed, and they flew from Ukraine to Bali. Landing in Bali, RN then introduced the twins to OK, who is also a fugitive. OK financed the production and taught the twins how to mix mephedrone and grow hydroponic marijuana. On November 7th, 2022, O'Kake contracted land in Sunny Villa in his mother's name. The twins then built a house and installed all the installations and equipment needed to manufacture the drugs. In May 2023, the house and all installations and equipment for the production of methadone and marijuana were ready. O'Kake, who knew that everything had been built, immediately paid the twins $30,000. After that, the twins started working. Methadone and marijuana were finished being produced with a weight of 1 kilo each after more than 2 months. Then they used an online motorcycle taxi service to deliver their products to places. After the 2 types of drugs were in the intended places, there was a Russian suspect who took the methadone and marijuana packages. He then divided them into smaller packages that had been adjusted to customers' needs. The buyer placed an order according to the instructions of the Hydra account holder. The payment was made using cryptocurrency. On May 2nd, 2024, the police raided the drug factory in the Sunny Village. The raid was based on a raid of the similar factory in North Jakarta, owned by Freddy Pratama. And here is a story that I just came across and is disheartening. Police reveal new facts about baby buying and selling syndicate in Bali, transactions value of tens of millions. The Bali police are investigating the baby buying and selling syndicate case, which allegedly also involves a children's foundation in Tabanan. According to the head of public relations of the Bali police, the baby buying and selling syndicate targeted pregnant women who were experiencing economic difficulties or other factors. Indications that the activities are suspected as if the child was adopted are still being investigated by the PPA in collaboration with social service. And it's suspected that there is indeed a network that seeks out mothers who have problems, especially those who are pregnant. The pregnant mother is then given the lure of being given assistance in the birthing process. If she agreed, her child would be adopted after birth, and she was promised a transaction, a fee there. These pregnant mothers agreed with the promise or enticement. In fact, the findings were not adoption. There were indications of buying and selling. Several people have been examined. It says adoption, but in the adoption process it's not carried out according to the applicable provisions. There is a transaction there, adoption, but providing funds that have been agreed upon in advance. The police commissioner explained the baby buying and selling transactions range from 25 to 45 million rupiah and are suspected to have been operating for the past year. Meanwhile, the police are investigating the involvement of foreign nationals as adopters of the babies, but so far there's no evidence that foreigners are involved in this at all. Still being investigated, so at this point it looks like it's just taking Java, Central Jakarta, and Bali. The point is targeting women who have problems in the pregnancy process. It could be economic, it could be other problems, he said. Yesterday there were 7 pregnant women, some of whom had given birth. Initially, this case was in Depok in Java, but when it was developed, it turned out that it came from this area, Bali. The case of buying and selling babies involves a children's foundation in Tabanan. The chairperson accommodated pregnant women so that they would put up for adoption their newborn children. The foundation is located in the Kediri district in Tabanan. The case began with the uncovering of a baby buying and selling syndicate in Depok in West Java in September last month. The baby was bought for 10 to 15 million rupiah and sold to the adopter for 45 million. The pregnant women came from Bali and outside Bali and were then brought to Bali and lived at the foundation because they were given enticements by the head of the foundation. If the child is willing to be adopted, then the transportation costs from Bali to the foundation will be covered, and all needs there will be facilitated, such as food, control, care, vitamins, etc. After the child is born, it is immediately separated from its biological mother. Okay, that is it for today. Thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone today. Stay safe, and I will see you next time.